Well, good morning, everybody. It is August 24th. It rained pretty good last night. Been raining for quite a few days. It's about 48 degrees. Got the truck fired up. Let's flip you around here. Co-pilot this morning. Hi, Dusty. Yeah. Well, we're going to head out to the farm. See you guys out there. Not much going on in this town on a Saturday morning at 7 a.m. But it'll pick up a little. A few sprinkles right now. Things are going to start winding down on the road widening job as they're almost complete. Turn you around. This August has been extremely wet. I can think of just a handful of days where it actually didn't rain. But it makes it pretty sloppy. Gooey mud. We need about a week with no rain for this road to set up. Then it'll be pretty good after that. But we'll take what we can get. I mean, the road is kind of slimy, but it's not muddy. I don't quite know how to describe it. There's a layer of fines on top of the gravel that just turn into kind of a goo, almost like wet cement, but a little more watery. It'll just stop raining long enough and get a chance to dry out. This stuff will set up pretty good and should make a pretty good road bed. And at this point, the road is getting a tremendous amount of traffic. All the construction traffic that's going up and down it, trucks hauling materials, people going back and forth, just huge amount of traffic, way more than this road's going to normally see any given day or week. Except maybe for the peak of hunting season. It will be relatively busy out here during hunting season. But again, there is a bottom to it. It's not like you're sinking in 8 inches or a foot or getting stuck or anything like that. It's just slimy on top. Well, just pulled up to the corn. I was looking down on the pond. 2 swans. I'm sure they will decide to go elsewhere as soon as I start moving around, but right now they look pretty content. Cranes too over in the field. It is absolutely mind-boggling with the sheer number of birds and the variety of species that choose to either nest in the interior of Alaska or pass through on the way to their nesting grounds further north. And you would think all the activity of clearing land, running water pumps, and moving around would disturb them. But this little pond in the middle of our farm has always been full of different ducks and swans all summer long, contently going about their day and raising their young. And now that fall is approaching, it won't be long before they all fly south for the winter. And the pond will freeze and the snow will come. That's what's so wonderful about nature, the changing of the seasons. Whether it's spring, summer, winter, or fall, there is always something different, new, and exciting out on the farm. Well, the sun has come out, doing some cleanup around the farm. We still had a little bit of fertilizer left over from the spring, and it doesn't store super well. So I wanted to make sure we got it put out on the field. Just a few hundred pounds of 832-16. So cleaning the shed up so that we've got a place to put skid steer in a little bit. Tractor was idle and warming up. I was pouring fertilizer. Things were going good. And then it looks like somebody forgot to put fuel in the tractor. Anyways, get some fuel in the tractor and we'll go out and get this fertilizer spread on the field. It's not ideal to leave it out all winter. We are going to be disking this particular field, so it'll get worked in. But it'll be there. It's fixing to be frozen in a few months. And at that point, the fertilizer is just going to hang out and wait till spring. So, getting some things done. Sun's out. Going to be a beautiful day. Not often we run a piece of equipment out of fuel, but it does happen. Well, that's not too bad for running it out of diesel. Well, let's go get this fertilizer spread. This particular field has only been disked a couple of times, so it's still a little bit rough. So, sped this footage up a little bit to make it go by a little faster. As they say, there's always something to do on the farm, and getting this last little bit of fertilizer spread on the field checks that box. Good to get it done. Just got back into Nenana on the outskirts of town, and there was a cow and a calf running across the road. Always great to see wildlife, especially when it's in the edge of town. Well, good morning, everybody. It is a cool, foggy morning. Somebody's alarm clock's going off. It's been several days since we've had heavy rain, which is a good thing. Things are allowed to dry out a little bit. The road should be improving a bit. It is a foggy one this morning. Hey guys, like my new hat. Oh, better turn your... Maybe that works. From our good friends at Craig Taylor. Have some pretty awesome merch there, which is nice. Lots of John Deere stuff. The road is setting up pretty good. I believe the pattern is changing. Be a little drier, which means a little clearer, and that will bring some cooler weather. Fog like this in the morning is just a sign of the changing seasons. Cooler nights. The days will still get pretty warm. It's August 25th. So if I had to guess, we have about 3 weeks before it's going to freeze. Maybe a little more if we're lucky. And then depending on the year, it'll put us into mid-October before things get hard, until it gets cold enough that the ground actually starts to freeze. But like always, every year is a little different. So the road is setting up. It's nowhere near as sloppy as it was a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. So, kind of a cool foggy one this morning. I'm pretty sure it's gonna clear up a bit and be kind of a nice afternoon. We'll find out. So let's get some fuel in this dozer, get it fired up, and get rolling. And yep, right on cue, the fog burned off. It turned into an absolutely wonderful day. Of course, every day out on the farm's a great day. But when there's beautiful clear skies and not too many mosquitoes, it makes it that much more enjoyable. As I work carefully to clear the land and stack the logs and brush into piles, taking care not to disturb the topsoil any more than I have to. I know it won't be long that we get to burn these piles, and then at that point the field will be ready to start disking, and when you get to plant a crop, all that hard work pays off. Well, you can see the dozer over where we were. Let's see how everything's doing out here. Ooh, strawberries are doing good. Tomatoes are okay. This cool weather definitely slows them down. Like everything else. We will see how they do. There are other peppers growing out here. These guys are getting pretty good size to them. The corn is looking good. This cool weather sure has set it back a little bit. Ears are growing, doing what they're supposed to do. It just takes a very long time when it's cold. 40-degree mornings definitely do not help that. Well, they're out grading the road, packing it, doing what they can. Now we have some dry weather. Pretty uneventful day. Spent time in the dozer clearing land. Took care of a few chores around the farm. Doing all right. Well, we sure would like to thank everybody for watching. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello everybody. Thought I'd give you an update on the corn. This is the patch at the house. And we've picked a few ears. It has been cold and wet and rainy for about 6 weeks now. So the ears are looking pretty good. You can see it's getting there.